Yes, welcome back, tradies. It's your segment. It's Mitch's segment. It's Just Quickly. Mitchell, who do we have first up, please?
Jackson is going to kick us off.
Hey, lads. First time, long time. Just quickly, keen to hear your thoughts on this whole Tasmania deal. Sam, sorry for bringing it up again.
Oh, no.
But I just wanted to know, is the AFL too far down the track now and they're committed to Tasmania, given everything that's gone wrong so far and continues to? Looks like the team probably won't be here before 2030 at best. Are they able to pivot and move the team to another state or even territory that might be a little bit more accommodating and might be able to bring the team online quicker? Keen to hear your thoughts. Thank you.
That's a setup. Someone at the back has sent that through.
I don't want to talk about this. I've been in such a good mood coming in here tonight. I'm so looking forward to my first non-5 a.m. wake-up call in so many days. And
because of the tennis. I'm trying to think. Have you been gymming?
Tennis? Thank you.
I thought you were going to say you're excited because Mason Cox is going to play. You've been campaigning for this for 3 years.
So, yeah. Just extraordinary player. They'll win now.
Okay, so before we were talking about good, very good, where's Mason Cox? I said Brandon Tassie, which is very good.
Yeah. Mate, don't bait me into this.
And I said
Mason
Sam Flanders
Cox
is good.
Mate, those two don't hold a candle. I'm being deadly serious. You guys think
Well, haven't they played him all year?
you guys think I'm joking. Like, I think there's an argument that he's like in the best three ruckmen in the comp. I'm not even kidding. I'm saying that with a deadly straight face. They'll beat Adelaide and he will be in their best 5 players.
You went viral for something on this show a few years ago. I reckon that's your worst call yet.
What, that he's in the best three ruckmen in the comp?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the list.
It's permission to clip that?
Yeah, you clip whatever you want.
I actually haven't listened to your Cinch Footy pod that's on the feed as well yet. But
Mason Cox, let me get this really clear. Mason Cox is a game-changing ruckman. A game-changing ruckman. Name me 3 other ruckmen in the competition right now who have won 2 finals off their own boot.
Max Gawn?
Yep, agreed. 8-time All-Australian. Will go down as arguably the best Melbourne player of all time and one of the best ruckmen of all time. Go on.
Mason Cox, when he did it, he was a forward though.
Yeah, but he also played in the ruck and his main position is the ruck. That makes his performance even better. Alex Rance still has nightmares. I saw him on the Gold Coast bench, by the way. I forgot he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Gold Coast Essendon game.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Shit, caught red-handed. I was going to try to claim it was a replay. It wasn't.
Other ruckman.
Yeah, exactly.
Luke Jackson won a granny.
Yes.
Yeah, Luke Jackson was very good for Melbourne. Yep, won the granny. He didn't win it off his own boot, but sure.
Nathan Vardy was a good ruckman.
I mean, Petrarca was Norm Smith medalist, but yeah. But the point is you can't. The point is you can't.
But why has he not been playing all this year?
Because they probably think him and Cameron can't play that well together. But if he went to a team now, he'd be number 1 ruckman at most teams. He'd be number 1 ruckman at most teams. That's true. That's true.
Are
we actually going to do this now?
This has been hijacked, but I'm here for it. He'd probably be number 1 ruck at Geelong over East Stanley. That's probably a line ball.
Adelaide?
You'd probably take Riley O'Brien.
He's a better ruckman than Riley O'Brien, but I'm happy to take even with you. Brisbane? Yes.
Right now.
Yes. Thank you. Collingwood, yep. Giants? Yes.
Kieran Briggs hasn't set the world on fire.
Freo, no. So we're a no on Freo, so that's 1.
Suns, no.
Suns, no.
Hawthorn, no.
Hawthorn, no.
Dogs, no.
Dogs, no.
Swans, no.
Swans, no.
Carlton this year.
Carlton, yes.
This year.
Carlton, yes. St Kilda, no. 6. Port, yes. Melbourne, no. Essendon, yes.
Draper's better than him.
No, he's not. Draper never plays. And Draper decides when he does
Cox
play.
never plays because I don't pick him.
That was a hark back to, they're not going to pick him, Mitch. North, no. Richmond, Richmond's tough.
They take Nank.
Yeah, but Nank's, yeah, okay.
What were you going to say?
No.
Nank's younger than you think.
I understand that. I wasn't going to continue the sentence. West Coast, who cares? So that's 7.
Jackson asked about Tassie. we just fucking run through 18 clubs and asked if Mason Cox.
Oh my God. Okay, I've officially reached zombie mode.
So, Jackson, to answer your original question, no, I don't think. I think that's too far gone now with Tassie. But we're in the start of September and they still don't have their list concessions, and I'm still waiting to work out what's going on.
I think as a pod, we've been we've been across this pretty well, and Mitch has reported on a lot. I've written about it a lot. I'm still not convinced Tassie's going to happen, but to your question, they're not going to bail out and try to move it somewhere else.
No.
It's either going to happen or it's not.
Yeah.
That would be my take.
God, if we get another question about Mason, if we get a Mason Cox question here, we won't be done.
Hello, Max.
Silk and Slammer. Boys, love the pod, been listening since day one. Just quickly for you, just in relation to what Mitch broke about Charlie Curnow meeting Dean Cox and the Swans, floating the potential for a trade, I can't help but feel like Vossi, in response to that, sort of shut it down immediately and said it's not in their Carlton's plans for next year to get rid of him. But I can't help but feel that he's probably a little bit biased here. Like, he wants to hold on to his job, and if he loses Curnow, they're no doubt going to be worse off next year. So I guess it's a two-part question for you. Part A, obviously, Charlie, who does he actually ask for a trade? Does he ask Vossi direct? Does he ask the list manager? Does he ask the footy boss? And then I guess part B, who ultimately makes the decision whether he stays or goes? Is it down solely to Vossi, who we, like I said, might be biased, or does it come down to list manager role? Is it a group discussion? Love to hear your thoughts, boys. Cheers.
Great questions.
Good question.
Great question. I'll take part of it. He would go in there and sit down with the head of footy, the coach, and probably the list manager in his exit meeting. Some clubs do it separately, some put them together.
And normally a line coach.
Yeah, and his forwards coach, who I think, was it Hamill?
Jordan Russell this year.
It was Russell. Hamill was back.
Yeah.
And I think the way that he said it was put was that he said he'd be open to it. That's what Michael Voss said. I'll let Mitch explain what then happens after that.
So, unfortunately for Michael Voss, it's not his sole decision. So he's coaching for his future next year. He goes into a contract year and the club's only backed him to a degree. Ultimately, it's Graham Wright's decision as CEO. He runs the club.
If Curnow leaves?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a list. Every club has a list management committee, which Voss would sit on.
Is Chris Davies going to have a fair bit to say about this?
Well, when does he actually start?
He's going to be too new for him. Nick Austin's a list manager. But so
they all report to Wright, though.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's an interesting point that you raised. And then Nick Austin, the list manager, and Robbie D'Orazio, his manager, they'd be speaking 10 times a day, I would reckon. Not just about Charlie.
Yeah.
But
this is going to be driven by Robbie D'Orazio. So we've spoken so many years on this pod about managers and how they've become,
powerful.
Yeah, and they've become the conduits between club and player and trying to get these deals done. Robbie D'Orazio, my understanding, is actually approached Tom Papley's manager.
Who's that?
Scott Lucas.
Oh, Scott Lucas.
At a match recently and said, would Tom be part of this deal? Like, that's the level we're talking at now.
Well, it's good detail from you. It's really scone sort of detail from you.
But to answer the question,
reference
Voss would have a seat at the table.
Old story.
But I don't think he's the main chef.
Thanks, Max. Nicholas, hello.
G'day, Mitch and Sam. Just quickly, one on the Isaac Rankin situation that was brought up last week. Could it be a good idea for the AFL to come out in January or December or whenever with a list of words/slurs and also the consequence in terms of weeks next to those words or slurs? So really break it down. If you say this to an opposition teammate, you're getting this amount of weeks. That way, in 2026, we can just go into the season with no question marks over all of this stuff. You don't get less weeks if you dob yourself in. You don't get more weeks because of whatever scenario. Just thought it could be a good idea for the AFL really to make the whole situation black and white. Anyway, would love to hear your thoughts. Cheers. Bye.
I understand that the AFLPA is pushing for this. They want a framework. But you'll seriously have to have been living on the moon in the last 2 years if you didn't realise what you can and can't say on a footy field and what the consequence is going to be.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mitch. And Nicholas, I really understand your point, but I think if we started doing that, we're diluting the meaning of it. And then we're also saying that one word's much worse than the next word. If you say this word, it's 4 weeks, but if you say this word, it's 3 weeks. And if you put an F word before it, it's 5 weeks. I don't like that. I think the AFL is just hoping, and it might take a few more years yet, I hope not, the AFL is hoping that their hard stance on this will stamp it out.
They thought it was going to end after Finlayson. They
Well, I
came
think
out
most
and
of us
said,
did. I can't believe players are still saying this stuff.
they said, oh, we're going to increase the bans, thinking, oh, that'll turn them off it.
Yeah.
We've had 5 since.
Yeah, wild. Thanks, Nicholas. Adam.
Just quickly, with all of these front-ended contracts currently occurring in the AFL, just got me thinking with Charlie Curnow requesting a trade, what would happen in the event that he's been front-ended a fair bit of his contract? Would that be one of the reasons why a club might be pissed off that they now want out? And how does it all work? Thanks, guys. Love
We
the
actually
show.
had the same question last
Thanks,
week.
Adam. We had a very similar question last week.
When we spoke about Dane Beams when he was at Brisbane and he'd been heavily front-ended, and that's why Collingwood had to stump up more to get him out the second time out of the lines.
It's interesting because I feel like Adam would be a person who listens to this pod quite regularly.
You'd hope so.
I would think so. I would hope so. We did answer that question last week.
But I think that would then... So St Kilda, let's just use the Rowan Marshall example.
Yep.
St Kilda would be derelict in their duties if they have not paid him
Derelict. You
a
don't,
large
you don't get that.
portion of his contract already
Yep.
because of who they've had on their list before they had to sign Naz. They've gone after all these big fish they're going after this year. That's why St Kilda aren't going to let Rowan Marshall walk for a pick in the late 20s.
Yep. Go watch Zoolander. Matthew.
I have seen it. I just
finish.
can't remember.
Can't remember
certain stuff.
Derelict.
Lads, Matt here. First time, long time, etc., etc.
Welcome.
Just quickly, just wondering how it works with player incentives and bonuses. Does that mean that if no player triggers those incentives, that there could be a large portion of the salary cap that is not utilised by certain clubs? And is there any direction or hasten from the AFL to use this? Cheers, boys.
So my understanding is every list management team at the clubs meet with the AFL list management committee on 3 or 4 occasions across the year to sit down and talk about the TPP, where they're sitting, what they're looking like, and where their forecasts and projections are going to sit. So all that would be built into it. Let's just use an example from last week's team, Fremantle. You know, they had Caleb Sarong and Jordan Clark make the All-Australian team. If those guys had All-Australian triggers in their contracts and Freo was sitting at 100% of their contract, that might bump them up to 101, 102%. It means next year it's going to cost them a little bit. I don't think we're talking big enough dollars to have a severe impact on this. And like the BNF, right? Most clubs would have a BNF clause that it's going to get paid regardless. So that would be built in at the start of the year.
Yep. Yeah, I concur. Thank you, Matthew. I love when we still get first time, long timers.
Yeah. How many more are out there, do you reckon?
We had a lot of messages this week.
Okay.
Did we? Good. Heading into September. We love that. Thanks for tuning in to Just Quickly. We'll see you next week.